Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. I watched Lisa's from Tarot Alchemist VR to somebody. I will link both of the videos below in the box, so please check them out. And the VR is about my most beautiful tarot decks. So, of course, I wanted to make a VR to that one. I have to say that I have so many decks and most of my decks are beautiful. So for the sake of this video, I just picked some that I feel particularly drawn right now and that I really appreciate, and that I think that, you know, whenever I pull them out, they make me excited to look at them. They will come in no particular order. I will just show them as they go. So, let's start with Dust to Onyx Tarot. It's one of those decks that it's pure art gallery in your hands. Let's just take a few cards to show you. So it's the first edition. It's amazing. It has this, you know, layers of colors and amazing printing job done on this deck. And it's really, really beautiful. So this one definitely is one of those decks that I'm just, every time I pull it, it kind of sometimes takes my breath away from how beautiful and interesting the images are. It's not your, you know, that simple, straightforward card. So for some, maybe they can be difficult to read. But once you get to know the images and you get used to them, it's just, you know, a regular tarot deck that you can read. I use it for shadow readings for my clients, and yeah, it's gorgeous. I just love it. Some of the images are really amazing. This Judgment card is just spectacular. So Dust to Onyx, definitely one of those decks that I still like whenever I pull it in awe. The next one that it's also pretty amazing, and a different vibe, much more kind of hippie and kind of illustrative, I would say, or like, you know, made of illustrations by Lauren, and that's the Inner Hue Tarot. And again, totally different vibe to Dust to Onyx, but gorgeous uplifting artwork. This deck makes me, you know, it's lighter, it has a totally different purpose when I use it. I did have issue with some of the court cards because they all very like skinny, and especially the Queen of Pentacles. If you watched my previous videos, I will link them below too when I speak about this deck. You can take a look, and I did actually improve that Queen of Pentacles. So if I find it quickly, but oh, look at this, so beautiful. Even the Queen of Cups or the Page of Pentacles, I love it. The Queen of Pentacles was just really very skinny, and I totally couldn't make my way around her. So I added a little bit of hair to her so she doesn't look so skinny. The hair was very kind of like showed her skinny hands and stuff, but yeah, now I can look at her and don't cringe. But other than that, this deck is really amazing. As you know, I love Robert M. Place's artwork. I have a few of his decks. I'm just going to show this Alchemical Tarot here, because that's, again, for the purpose of looking at beauty, his decks are, again, like as if you went into a gallery and, you know, stared at an artwork. Like amazing lines. You know, you can see that he's a true artist. Beautiful coloring, everything is just perfect. The deck that comes to mind, and I could probably show all of the Ilmenegelos decks that I own, and you know, that would be definitely also the Tarot Neoclassico or Tarot Piemontese, which I love, and This is the Lakota Day Tarot key, and again, just the texture, the beauty of this deck, the coloring. I love this deck. I use it often for myself. I, get inspiration from it. It's beautiful. So Ilmenegala, you can't go very wrong if you're a fan of traditional and historical decks, of course. Another deck that I wanted to mention is the Asherah Tarot. It's amazing, There is just the beauty of this deck. It's like every card you can enjoy the artistry, the coloring, how the things are put together, the perspective. I just love it. One of those decks that, you want to study, you want to learn more from. It's tough-based, so yeah, love this deck. And this one is from Game Crafter, so I'm not sure. There's a few different versions of it. High Priestess, stunning. I want to show you the Hermit card, which is also so gorgeous. So the Temperance also is art because it's tough-based, but some of the majors and minors, like, it's just so gorgeous. Look at the Queen of Swords also. So cool. Because I'm just really enjoying that artwork. That's what I was looking for. Look at that Hermit. It's so full of feels. So it gives me feels. Justice. Death. Stunning deck. So Asherah Tarot, definitely still inspired by it. I have to show Weaver's Oracle. You know how much I love this deck, and I seriously also think it's one of the most beautiful decks ever made. Just how Caroline Hillier, I think, painted the Weavers, the story of how this deck came to life. I've made a walkthrough or flip through this video. I also can link it below because you can take a look at all the cards in a better camera view. Look at her. Yeah. Weaver's Oracle. Love, use all the time. For myself, for others. Really amazing, inspirational deck. Another one that is still, whenever I pull it out, I just go, oh my god, that's amazing. It's the Tabula Mundi, and this is Colores Arcus, so the color version with those funky bags. Again, tough-based, so that's interesting how many tough-based decks are really amazing and beautiful. The colors, the artistry, stunning. How the majors and minors kind of are woven into each other with elements used from the majors on the minors. Look at this star. Amazing deck. Yeah, stunning. So this deck deserves every, it comes with this box here, every word of admiration. Another one which whenever I pull it out, I'm like, oh my god, it's so amazing. It's this Tarot Symbolique Maconnique by Jean Bouchard, and it's a large deck. It's a peep deck too. It's got this kind of golden, not foil, but the gold color. It reflects light. It's beautifully done. Some of the majors are like just incredible. Like, look at that star, and they are the colors, and I love it. hot Queen of Wands with the wand which looks like a gun spewing fire. So these are majors, I mean the minors and court cards. Look at the Judgment, also love it. It's a perfect card for meditation and, you know, just Queen of Swords. So especially the majors are amazing, but you know, I love the minors in this deck too. So this is Justice. So Wheel of Fortune. But just how it's made, it's, yeah, amazing. Look at this Magician. That's really stunning. So yeah, the Ace of Wands. Love it. Perfect for chakra work, for, you know, meditation, inspiration, because it's just bloody gorgeous. The Moon. Oh. I think I've made a video about this deck as well. If you head over to my playlists, Tarot Reviews, I think I called it, you can check many decks that I showed. Because as you know, I wouldn't call myself maybe proper tarot collector, because I'm not collecting decks for collecting sake. I use my decks, but I definitely love having lots of decks. Another one is Carol Hertz's, this is Illuminated, no, this is Elemental Rainbows. So it's color coded and it's just Rider-Waite Smith, but she's, you know, she's redone the background and colored the deck anew, and I love it. And I use this deck often as well. So sorry, some of them are, but you get a feel. So this deck, it's very colorful, easy to read because of the color coding, and you know, you can see how many of the wands you get in the readings and which element it's mostly kind of speaking to you right now. So they come in those beautiful bags made by Carol. Another one that I'm so lucky to have is this Maat Tarot, and again, like, it's beautiful. It's just one of those decks that, yeah, also takes your breath away. The cards are huge. You can, you know, stare at the artwork. They have this kind of, I don't know, regal feel about them. And they mix of very many different kind of types of culture, different types of pictures. Some are more classical, some are more Egyptian, some are more like just combination of all different influences. But the size of the cards, you know, if this is quite a large dust to Onyx tarot, and this is the regular tarot, like a Wild Unknown, so you can see how big these cards are. They're more definitely like an oracle deck. The Wishing Well, great deck to read intuitively. Love this Death card. Oh, and my favorite, Justice. It's a stunning deck. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Look at this Three of Swords shit. Or High Priestess. Amazing. It's using the moon cycles and natural wheel of the year as well. So yeah, it's a very interesting deck. And the book to this deck, it's also very interesting, and like so much work went into it. Another one that I wanted to share is the Nigel Jackson Tarot. I haven't used it so often these days, but I remember when I got it from a swap, I felt like, oh my god, this is one of my soul decks, because I just really enjoyed the coloring of it, and it has this gentleness about it, you know, and that style is the same guy who made the Rumi Tarot. The only bummer here is that the elements are swapped, so the swords are fire and the wands are air, and I use the opposite. So sometimes I have to really, you know, it's a bit annoying when you use certain associations, but then the picture shows something else. But at the same time, I don't mind too much. I can also swap the elements if needed, based on the picture. But yeah, it's just beautiful deck. It's gorgeous, and I really love the colors and how, you know, the whole color palette. It's pleasing. It's pleasing, and it comes with this like peace. You know, there's the space for intuition to be like open and roam. So I love Nigel Jackson Tarot. And I also have to add here the Margarete Petersen Tarot, because I think I colored it and chopped the, you know, the borders, but I think this is also a deck that it's pure artistic and beautiful and awakens my imagination. It's not straightforward. I have to really sit with it, think about it. And I love artistic decks that are coherent, and this deck is very coherent, even though it has a few, you would say maybe a few styles in it. This more kind of shamanic, abstract one, and then there is a few cards that are a bit more, what would I say, like a bit more direct, and like for example this one, that you can totally distinguish very easy what's going on, what's shown here. But yeah, it's gorgeous. I really, really love it. And the booklet, and I use this deck often when I need some spiritual guidance, but like serious spiritual guidance, you know. This is one of my high shit spirituality. And I also have to mention this Intuitive Tarot by Sheila Conway, because some of the cards, man, like this strength, I just love it. In general, I love the color palette as well in this deck. I love the idea of this oval kind of border, and some of them are really beautiful. The World card, if I find it, I'll show you. The Temperance is gorgeous. And the World card is, oh, look at the sun. Stunning. Love the vibe. This is Queen of Rods. So the faces are kind of a bit alien maybe looking. But at the same time really full of feeling, and you get it. And it's very Rider-Waite-Smith based. Knight of Cups. Ten of Swords. Oh, look at the word. How cool. Love it. So yeah, it's beautiful. King of Swords is also pretty cool. So this is Intuitive Tarot by Sheila Conway. And as I said, I think I will finish on this one, but I could pull probably more decks. Oh, there's one more which I'm using very often, so I will mention it. There's also Wild Unknown. Oh, Jesus, there's so many beautiful decks. But I think Lisa mentioned this deck, and she made me think like how much I love this deck. So I did trim it, and I etched it in old gold, but the paper, as she mentioned also, it's really shit and it's not good, and the backs are not very beautiful. But the front and the soulfulness of this deck, the healing ability of this deck, I seriously love this deck. And this deck has a very, very special place for me in my collection. So even though maybe it's not my like artwork that I would totally go for and, fall over, I so appreciate it. And because it's got so many layers, and you can feel just how much energy and heart and thought went into this deck. So Tarot of Transformation, it's really beautiful. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I would love to see more VRs to this particular tag. So if you have a video if you have a YouTube channel, just tag me or share a link to your video. I would love to see. Other than that, maybe share on Instagram, or who knows, you know, just share with us your beauty. Thanks for watching, and I speak to you soon. Bye.